Hello, my name is Ibrahim and I'm a student at University in Tashkent, and currently I'm working on a project from Consumer Behaviour about the experiences of students at Result Learning Center. Can you please introduce yourself?
Assalamu alaikum. My name
Salam.
is Nur Muhammad. I'm head office manager at Results School North of French.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So actually, we are going to take an interview from one of your students, if you would allow us. It would. There are no wrong or right answers. We just need a customer opinion about the experience at here.
Of course, sure. We will include nine if you do this. Inshallah, we have a lot of students. You can ask information about our study center. Okay.
Yes, thank you so
Thank you
much.
too.
Then we
See you.
can start.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello, my name is Ibrahim. Thank you for your time to speak with me. I'm a student at Inha University in Tashkent, and currently I'm working on a project from Consumer Behavior at Result Learning Center. I will need to ask some questions about your experience here. So, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm a brewer and I'm student of this learning center, and also I studied Westminster University second year student.
Please speak louder if possible.
Okay.
Okay, so can we start the interview? I
Yes,
will
of
need
course.
your honest opinion. There are no right or wrong answers. Just I would like to know about your experience, okay?
Okay. I promise to speak honestly.
Okay, so let's get started. First question: what motivated you to choose Result Learning Center over the other English learning centers?
Oh, motivation. As you know, an overall motivation is a force that drive to reach the goal. For example, if you have motivation, you can easily reach your goal.
Yeah, that's
For
right.
example, for me, the first motivation is this learning center has intensive learning courses.
Okay.
Uh, for example, they have 3 months course, which I mentioned, intensive courses, and you can, for example, to attend this course, you should have at least six score from IELTS. For example, if you have 6 or 6.5 IELTS, you can get easily increase your score up to 8 or 8.5 within 3 months. And the second motivation is rewarding system. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, they are providing 8 million to 9 million for just to students who got 8 from IELTS, and
Okay.
also they got a special box for a student who got 7 or 7.5.
Okay, so as I'm understanding, to study in this course, I mean the intensive course, you should already have an IELTS.
Yes,
So
you got a basic knowledge of IELTS,
basic
because
knowledge. So
IELTS is
did
really
you ever
hard.
apply for IELTS?
Yes, I got 6.5, if I'm not mistaken, 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yes, and I went to Everest Learning Center.
Oh, okay. So, do you think the company's marketing had influence while you are choosing a learning center to study?
Uh, as I said, I'm a student of business medicine, and I got a marketing module. And as you know, marketing, today's world in marketing is really forcing. They are not just influencing; they are forcing the customers to buy the service or buy the product.
Yeah.
But they are trying to just show the result, and they are trying to just what you will get in order to, for example, attending this course.
So,
They are using Instagram and Facebook, online social media to influence customer behavior. So as for me, yes, some kind of they influence. For example, I looked at this their student
student
scores,
results,
yeah,
yeah.
students results section, and I was impressed because they got even 8.5 students.
Oh, that's nice. So, it also like influenced you to choose this learning center, their social media
Yeah,
marketing
I
as well,
can
right?
say 50-50,
Yeah. Okay, so about decision making process, what factors made you choose this learning center? Can you please tell me about the process, how you found out about this company?
As I said, 3 years ago I got 6.5, but the process was really unsatisfied. So that's why I sometimes searched and talked to my friends and come up with idea like attending results. So that's the process how I came this learning center.
Okay, and what factors made you choose this learning center?
What factors?
Yeah, maybe the location or
Uh,
design
okay.
or like
The main factor is they have flexible schedule. As I
okay.
mentioned, I've got a Minister and I gotta improve my speaking, so that's why I should have balanced these two things. And they offer a flexible time schedule, and also the location is the best part because not all students wants to spend his or her valuable time in the transportation
Yeah, that's
period.
right.
So that's it. I think
Yeah, so you say
transportation,
transportation,
location,
convenient
yes,
location.
and also they got a really good atmosphere, English atmosphere they provide, and also design is also very good.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so what factors played the biggest role in your final decision to choose Result School? Your final decision.
My final decision, I can say, they every Sunday they got events such as a speaking club or guest lectures. They invite famous person in Uzbekistan, such as Marfa Jamal or even Jahangir Artfujav, the
I
Hakim
know.
of Tashkent. And also the third thing is I can say their teachers. Their teachers are professional. They create and they help to build confidence in an English atmosphere. So that's why
So you're
they
you are saying that the score IELTS score of your teacher
yeah.
also was also like crucial factor.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention my English teacher score, and he got a six. He got a 9 in IELTS overall, and I
Okay.
think that's the main factor of choosing this learning center.
Okay. So uh, about recommendations, while you are choosing this learning center, did recommendation from friends or family members had an influence your decision to enroll here?
Yes, I got a friend, and we talked about my result. I mean, 6.5, and that result was really unsatisfied. And my friend just recommended me to attend this result because he just showed me his result, and his result was really impressive. It was 8, and also he got scholarship from American University, Denver. So
So
I can say that's the main recommendation from my friends to attending this learning center.
so you are saying that that friend of yours studied here, got like
Yes,
8 points.
exactly, and that influenced me choosing this learning center.
Okay, so did you ask him how much time does it take to get 8 in here?
As I mentioned, they got intensive courses, and it's lasts 3 months. If you got a 6 or 6.5, you can easily get 8. Why not?
So currently you are working that intensive course, like three
Yes,
duration is 3 months, right?
yeah, duration is 3 months, and I spent 1 month already, and I'm ready to 7.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great. We will have questions about it, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, and as we know, there are other well-known learning centers. I mean, every business has its competition. So I know I've heard a lot of about Cambridge, Internation, and Everest, and so on. So, what do you think makes Result School unique uh, compared to other learning centers?
I think you are saying the differentiation between all the learning centers.
Yeah, it's like competition.
Yeah, competition is too hard. I mean, they are trying to influence the students, and the main difference is they got how can I say modern teaching method and modern technologies. For example, like monitors or
In
smart
result,
boards
right?
in result. Yeah, and I can say they got a really good teachers and English atmosphere. Yeah, that's it.
And by the way, I forgot that I also studied English. I also have my 6.5 IELTS score. And honestly, I never studied that result. I studied in completely another place. But the challenge for me was like there were like 25 or 30 students there, and then our teacher didn't have so much time to train every single student.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible actually. So the how many members like do you study with in
Uh,
groups here?
yeah, I understand your concern. To be honest, I don't like either to attending a lot of students. The teachers cannot work with individually. So currently, my course, intensive course, they are 10 people.
10 people.
Yeah, and I think that's enough, and that's good to work with
Yeah,
the
that's
students.
really good. That's also like makes the company unique, I think,
Yes.
because not every learning centers has like classes with only 10 students. Uh, so I think the pricing is also can be higher than other learning centers, right?
Yeah, according to the pricing, they are using competitive-based pricing strategy in marketing. If I'm not mistaken, you don't know. Maybe. The pricing strategy is working with other competitors, and the pricing is a little bit high, but you get more than what you pay. For
Oh,
example, as I mentioned, there will be a speaking club or guest lecture, or even they got a mock exam. They got a mock exam. If I'm not mistaken, other learning centers you have to pay for that mock exam. It's about how can I say, maybe 100 or 200,000 songs. It's quite high,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's free in that learning center. It's free.
great.
Yeah.
So in terms of pricing, you are happy what you are paying for,
Yeah, I'm
right?
happy, and
You are
also
satisfied, right?
I'm also have to mention the studying hours. In my intensive course, 3 months intensive course, you can attend 6 days in a week. For example, 3 days, odd days, you can work with your main teacher, and
So
even
wait,
days.
we had a question about this.
Okay.
So it's actually teaching methods here. So we also prepared question. So in terms of pricing, you are happy, you are
Yeah, I'm
satisfied.
happy. I'm satisfied.
And about what you are saying, do you believe that teaching methods are effective? For example, some learning centers may more focus on writing as this is like weak part of many students, or some other may have focused on speaking. So, what kind of teaching methods they use in results? So you were saying about 6 days in
Yeah.
a row, right?
6 days. First, I have to mention that about focusing one thing. Yeah, we know that focusing one thing can be useful, but in our section, you got 4 sections. If you focus on one section, you just lose 4 months.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
right.
why
That's
I
right.
think focusing one thing is not good enough. And also, as I mentioned, we got 6 days. You can work with your main teacher
Okay.
with 3 days, like vocabulary, grammar, and other important things, grammar structure, in another.
General English,
Yes,
right? On
right. Three
odd
days
days.
with speaking and writing with your main teacher. I mean, who got 9, and the other 3 days. I mean, even days you can work with your support teacher to improve your listening and reading.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yes.
I think that helps a lot to get IELTS like in a brief
you
time.
you work with all the sections in a time, and you shot, how can I say, you just killed one, you know
And so you are saying teaching methods are effective.
yes,
Well, what about textbooks? Well, when I studied, we used like grammar. I mean, for grammar, we used like all common books that is used like everywhere,
okay.
like Murphy, Destination. For vocabulary, we used well, what was it?
Element, like vocabulary things. There are a lot of vocabulary books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that there was 6 parts. I couldn't remember the book name. So I mean, it was common everywhere. Wherever you go, they use these books. So it's also a teaching method. I mean,
Yeah.
so here, what kind of textbooks or you they use here? Is it the same
uh,
to like others?
no, it's not same, because they got, as I said, mentioned, they got a lot of programs. For example, intensive course or improving your general English. For example, elementary, intermediate, pre-intermediate, upper.
Okay.
They provide their textbooks, like they created their own textbook with audio, with video formats, And also the textbook was really different from others. You can easily learn. For example, you can in other learning centers you can learn from Murphy or Grammar Way. That's really sucks, you know. That's why
Yeah. Okay, so you are saying that they have like special textbooks for each group,
they can
elementary,
own. Yes,
intermediate. It also helps, right?
yes.
Okay, and about so you are satisfied with teaching methods?
Yeah, I definitely satisfy teaching method, and I'm really to pay more if that's possible.
Yeah, great. Okay, so about the pain points, what challenges, if any, did you face so far while you are studying here? What was a barrier for you to reach your goal? I mean, the
Uh,
score.
uh, you know, as I mentioned, I'm a study of the business. I'm a student of business, sir, and also I studied here. I spent almost 1 month, and the month is wholly. I mean, the balancing is student life and the learning center is really tough because we got exam period and exams really hard, and the preparation it takes time, and also the doing homework kind of different. I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah, I
cannot do it
understand.
without
Yeah, that happened
preparing.
with me as well.
Yeah, and I can say the second most challenging thing is the space.
The space.
Space, yeah.
So first thing was sometimes you have to
Balancing,
manage
yes.
a lot of things at once, right? Like homeworks from learning center and then the
Also
university.
preparing
Yeah,
exams, university.
that's hard. Our professor Bakhtiaraki also gives us really hard projects, and then like it takes like full of your time, to complete these projects, right, Bakhtiaraki? Okay, so and the second thing is space. You said,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, space might not be a problem, but sometimes there might be a lot of students within the hall, and you cannot do it with your homework. I mean, you have to do your homework at home, and you got a lot of problems at home, so that's why it's really tough. But
learning together is better. I
yes,
think. I mean, with your classmates, you try to do the homeworks. It's like another cool situation.
yeah,
Yeah, it helps a lot. So sometimes when you get out of I mean, once your class is finished, you wanna do some homework or like speaking with your classmates here. I mean, at their main hall, but there might not be available
yeah,
space.
yeah.
You're
That might
saying.
be not available space, and also it might be noisy to doing listening.
Yeah, so it's also like challenge that you
Yes.
face. Okay, I mean
But I hope,
challenges.
but I hope I will handle this challenge.
Yeah, challenges are everywhere.
Yes.
Okay, so competitor comparison. Okay, so have you attended any other learning centers? If so, how does your experience at result to compare?
As I mentioned, I got 6.5. What was the name? Everest. Everest.
Oh, I know, I do
Everest.
know. It's not hard to remember. It's popular company in
Yeah, but
Uzbekistan.
popular. But I was unsatisfied at that moment, so that's why I maybe forgot the name. But I remember the name.
Okay.
The challenging part for the challenging part was that they provide the structure of the grammar, and they didn't just tell me what the main point of this grammar, why we should need, I mean, should to learn this grammar, and also they just bring the books and just memorize this. It's really hard. It's really tough structure. When it compares to the result, they provide easy materials and also video materials, and they got, as I mentioned, they got support teacher when you do not understand some kind of things. You can, how can I say, reserve a support teacher, and you can attend and learn what you need.
And small size groups also like main problem in errors, if
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not mistaken. I also attended
At,
that.
at the moment, the price for IELTS Everest was really low, and so that's why I think many students, for example, regional students choose for them. But yeah, the place. I mean,
Students
student
are,
size really
yeah.
might be 50-50, 50-50
Okay.
almost.
So, but you didn't attend any other like learning centers except from Everest or and result, right?
Before coming to the Tashkent, I studied at Bukhara, and
Hmm.
my teacher's name is Salahuddin, and
Oh,
he was good at very good at grammar, and he taught me everything, but I didn't understand what's the meaning of this grammar. First, my first result was 3 out of 30. Test, he tested me grammar.
yeah,
But my
that's
friend,
really
whose
low.
name is Ibrahim, got from the second 20. I
Like
think,
my like my name,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, and next question. In what ways do you think Result Learning Center could improve the learning experience for students?
I have a recommendation, but it might be really costly, but it might be useful for students.
Okay.
So my recommendation is, for example, inviting tourists for speaking club. You know,
Oh, yeah, that would
tourists.
help a
Yeah,
lot. Yeah.
and also inviting us a weekly trip for English-speaking countries. Yeah, I think.
Weekly.
Yes. For example, you can.
Weekly trip to another
No.
countries.
I mean, weekly trip. What does it mean? The trip duration is 7 days, and it's
Okay.
speaking country, English speaking country. For example, let's take London. You gotta pay, for example, or for example, you gotta pay, let's say, $1,000 to
Okay.
just 7 days. You can improve your speaking. You can improve your how can I say, just not just speaking. You can improve your cultural things.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that's
might be
right.
helpful. As I mentioned, it's really high price, but I think it might be useful for students
The
who want to
company
improve
can think about it, but you need to like bring the children of other parents to another country. It's like it's
the
risky,
risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm recommending them to work on this. How can I say, recommendation? It's just recommendations, and it might be work improved.
And by the way, about class times. So how much time the duration of one class, like with your main teacher?
Currently, the duration of times it's 1 hour and 20 minutes, and that might be really how can I say, unsatisfied, because when
Yeah,
the
because I talked to other students as well about class time, and then they complained about it. It might not be enough to, learn one topic like fully.
yes, and also the lessons was interesting, and you cannot understand what the time is. I mean, how the time's fly.
Yeah,
So also, I'm recommending to them like increasing the duration.
duration of
Maybe it's
class.
2 hours is enough.
Yeah, yeah.
I think.
That would also attract the students.
Yes, and also the increase the learning experience, the
Okay.
knowledge,
So, the pause on that.
and
Okay, we keep going. About your future intentions. So, what are your future plans regarding English learning? And how does Result Learning Center fit into those plans?
so the reason why I'm coming to this learning center is getting 8 from IELTS. With that score, I can apply I can do my master's degree in abroad, America. Or in another developed country, you can do your master's degree. And also, with my plan, this learning center helped to me to get my goal. I mean, 8.5.
So they only like help. They can help you to get your score, right?
Yes.
Well, actually, I know about the Cambridge. Nowadays, they have like new system. I mean, so they are helping students to get into universities. Not only getting IELTS scores. They are like giving certificates, and with that certificate, uh, students are able to get into some universities that working with them as a partner with Cambridge.
Yeah.
So they don't need to take an IELTS exam. So it's also about future intentions. So what do you think? Do they have any other like? Uh,
Yeah. I, 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 I think they got this kind of program, but they should improve it. For example, they don't provide just information. For example, my teacher who got 9 IELTS, he just provide information from every university, and he just tell that if you apply this university and what you will get in the future, he give that information.
So he gives that information personally, right?
Yes, personally, they work personally, but I think they should improve this program
Yeah, they
overall.
would also. And about what additional services or courses would you like result school to offer? For
Uh,
example, this system can be example.
yes, this is a dumb example, and also I would like to see here TOEFL courses. TOEFLs are
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
For
the
American universities,
yeah, for
right?
American university, and also, for example, business English for businessmen. There are there are a lot of English things. For example, businessmen should have a knowledge for business conversations. For example, so yeah, that's it. For example, business course in English. You know,
What about like? So you said TOEFL, SAT. I think it's my like personal opinion. SAT could also, if they
yeah,
would add it.
SAT might be helpful, but they just offering the English part.
Yeah, for
800
the
English part,
mass
but the
part, they
math
should.
part is can be really hard, and other students do not want it. Always in Uzbekistan, I think Uzbekistan students nowadays are not good enough to work their brain. I mean,
That's
they got a brain problem.
yeah.
They
Uh,
choose easy ways.
so it's like they are lazy, right?
Yeah, they're lazy.
I
But
mean, you are saying that you can reach to your goal with only IELTS certificate, and you don't need like
no,
SAT
no,
always.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they can help the English part. If I'm not, you participated in the SAT.
No, never. But
I
I have
participated,
good
and
knowledge
the
in maths.
English part was really hard than the IELTS. So that's why they can provide a program for the English part. But math part is easy, so the students can learn from other things. But if they how can I say combine this, for example,
It
math
should
and
be
English,
integrated in one place,
yes,
anyways. The maths and English.
yes, that might be
Yeah,
useful for students.
yeah. I mean, so TOEFL can be additional service.
Yes.
Uh, how likely are you to recommend Result School to others, and why?
Uh, for example, I can just easily recommend to my friends, because I mentioned that I am coming to this learning center for one once, and I'm ready to get
Seventh score. Yeah,
seven
you
score.
mentioned
So
that. Yeah.
which means that I'm how can I say getting my goals, getting near to my goals. So that's why I recommend it.
Okay. So actually, it's not to share to any sources. I will need your honest opinion. So, can you tell me the drawbacks or disadvantages? I mean, mistakes or problems happens everywhere. It's not like a criteria or something like that. It's just like I need your honest opinion where they can improve these parts. I mean, what kind of drawbacks or disadvantages the company has?
Uh, I think everyone has mistakes, also companies, but they might be little mistakes. For example, a space problem, as I
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
they increase their space holes, that might be useful. And also, as we mentioned, they should improve their how can I say program. For example, giving information regarding universities, and also they might be useful for adding programs regarding like SAT, as we mentioned. For example, math can be, as you said, can be useful, and what I mentioned. So
So, how many branches they have?
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they got a six branch,
Okay.
and yeah, the, I'm recommending them like improving their opening new brands in regional parts of Uzbekistan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
I
the
was
six
also about
brands
to say
located
that.
in Tashkent. So that's why, for
No, no,
example,
no. Not all of them. I think two of them are located in other
uh,
regions.
if I'm not
Uh,
mistaken, it's located in Mahi.
yeah, I can also remember.
I mean, I'm suggesting that opening new brands for example, I'm from Kashgar, and there is no enough, how can I say, best quality learning centers. For example, my sister is also a student in an
In Kashkadarya,
no, in Tashkent,
in Tashkent,
international,
Sahantul.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also she had a challenge with learning centers, so I'm recommending them to opening new brands in other regions.
In other regions of Uzbekistan, not
Yes,
only in
yes,
Tashkent.
not only Tashkent.
Yeah, I know it's good brand. I mean, they teach English very well. I would also my my family members, my brothers studied in Samarkand, and then if they would have a branch, I would like highly probably I would send my brother to this company. Yeah,
I've heard Internation opened his first branch in Samarkand, if I'm not mistaken, and that might be good for your brother.
yes. Thank you for the recommendation. So I think the interview is over. Thank you for your time. Do you have anything to say?
Anything to, what do you mean? Anything?
I mean, about for the viewers, about the
Uh,
company, like about
about
your
the company,
experience, the final words.
I'm not a marketing agent. I'm just recommending them to just attend one lesson, one probe lesson, and you will see the, how can I say, difference between the learning center and other learning center. And also I'm, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Thank you for your time, brother.